welcome out to the Thunderdome here in Archbold, Ohio, as the Lady Bears open up league play against the Bluestreaks here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. Chris Malanga and Brian Arnold with you here from Archbold. I tell you what, coming into this gym, it just feels like old school basketball.
I've been coming to this gym for a long time now, for my years in Bryan, and it does. This feels like NWOAL is started. This is important. This is going to be a big game, good setting, good atmosphere. Excited for the game tonight.
Last year, Bryan beat Archbold 50-19. Bryan was shorthanded in that game with lots of illness, but Reese Grodhouse and Addie Arnold combined for 9 3-pointers and 31 points in the win. Grodhouse had 5 threes. She had 17 points. Addie had 14 points and 3 rebounds. And boy, that was a big game at home last year.
Yeah, it was a good start for the Bears. I remember they came out and really shot the ball well early, got up early, which made up for 2 years ago when we were here. We played a 4-quarter ball game, and I think Bryan was a better team that night, but we got what I think we're going to get out of Archbold tonight was a scrappy team defending the home court. They've got athletes. They may not be the world's best basketball players, but they got athletic, competitive kids, have a lot of pride in themselves. They've got some seniors in the starting lineup. So I think we're going to see a pretty spirited Archbold Bluestreak team tonight.
Lady Bears averaging 53 points a game, allowing 32.4. They're currently shooting 42% from the field, 32% from 3, 56 from the foul line. They turn the ball over about 12 times a game while they're forcing 18.5. They've out-rebounded their opponents 30-24. And in that last game, they defeated Van Wert 38-35 on Tuesday. Van Wert had a 13-9 first quarter advantage, and they were in lead in the third quarter. And then Reese Grodhouse kind of took over and knocked down 3 threes and tightened up that defense, and the Bears able to escape Van Wert with a win, a game that was way too close for everybody's comfort.
Yeah, I think escape is the right way to say it. Talked to Coach Grosjean a little bit after the game the next day, and it's just one of those nights where things didn't feel right. We weren't real smooth offensively, and you got to like the way Van Wert played with. I think they started 5 seniors. They got a left-handed point guard, last name of Welch. The people down in that area know the Welch name pretty good. Her grandpa, pretty good basketball coach. A dad that was a really great basketball player. So, she handled the ball well. They controlled the tempo. And every time we got down about 4 or 6 points, it just felt like we were working really hard to get stops and try to get back in the game. But, give the girls a lot of credit. They're not playing well offensively. We never hung our heads. We found a way to take the lead there in the fourth quarter and then hang on and finish that game off.
Well, it is the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral and Crematory, family-owned, family-focused. I had a chance to talk with Coach Todd Grosjean, the Bryan Lady Bears. You're going to hear that after this timeout on Q96.5.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the student athletes the best of luck in all their sports this year. The Boosters are proud of your commitment to becoming Bryan built. It takes a lot of time and dedication to play sports and be the best student you can be at the same time. Good luck this year. The Bryan Athletic Boosters would also like to thank all of their corporate and individual patron supporters this year as well. It takes everyone to make a community and to become Bryan built.
Welcome back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Chris Malanga alongside Coach Todd Grosjean of the Bryan Lady Bears. And Coach, while the boys team has been off since December 22nd, you've been a little busy in that time frame with a holiday tournament and then a game against Van Wert.
Yeah, we've been going at it pretty hard. Obviously, the holiday tournament kind of keeps you in the gym over the holidays, and we try to give the kids as much time as we can off, but it doesn't always work out that way. And obviously, we moved our Van Wert game up. Normally, that's later in January, but we had an opening, so we moved it up to Monday or Tuesday night, I guess.
You had a good close win over Van Wert, and something that has just been big this year is the fast start you guys have gotten off to.
Well, that didn't happen the other night. We did not get off to a very good start, and credit Van Wert. They're a scrappy bunch. Obviously, senior. I think all 5 starters are seniors, and they've got a really good player in Kyra Welch, who came back from an ACL tear, and she didn't miss a beat. We had trouble, making her, speed up. We wanted to speed them up, and we just couldn't get them into a fast-paced game. And we didn't shoot the ball particularly well either from the field, and poor free throw shooting, and it all combined to make it kind of an ugly game. And we were fortunate enough to get out of there with a 3-point win.
Well, I mean, great teams face adversity and still come out with wins. So there's that. You guys were supposed to start the league play a little earlier this year, but we had some weather that came in. So now you're going to open up the season at Archbold. You guys are 3 straight league crowns looking for number 4, and you actually shared 3 times ago. You shared with Archbold and Wasion. So that this league is tough, and you open up with a tough task.
And if you look at all the records of overall records of all the league schools, I think Swanton's 7-2 and Evergreen's 8-4 and Wasion's above 500. Liberty Center's only got a couple, maybe one loss. We've got one loss. Archbold's played a really tough schedule. Patrick Henry's, they just beat a unbeaten Leipzig team the other night. So our league is really, really challenging this year.
Yeah, it's absolutely loaded. And as the team that's won it the last few years, you guys have a target on your back.
Yeah, and I got to listen to Brian Ziegler's interview last night on his sports talk show with Andy Briggle, and he obviously they're formidable. They hopefully our kids have their attention, because when they beat Fairview earlier in the season, that's a big win for them. They played a really tough schedule, so it's a little deceiving as to their record, and obviously Brian Ziegler will get the most out of his kids.
So when you look at them and how they match up against you guys, what do you see when you scout them?
Well, they graduated 4 seniors last year that played a lot of minutes for them. A couple people that had their hands on the basketball quite a bit for them. The Moyer girl was their point guard, along with Cam Hosteller, and so they graduated some experience, and they're playing some younger kids, but they've still got first team all-leaguer in Leah McQuaid. The Rupp girl is really good. She's long and athletic. They're very athletic. Probably got more athletic with the graduation of the 4 of the seniors last year. So they're quick. They're going to give us some fits defensively, and obviously we're going to have to play a little bit better and get off to a little bit better start than we did down at Van Wert.
Besides a good start, what do you look at when you match up with them that they're going to be trying to do for you guys?
Well, they want to get to the basket. Leah McQuaid and the Rupp girl really are good slashers to the basket. Carly Grimm's one of the best shooters in the league from the 3-point line. You can't let her stand and shoot. They've got a freshman that's giving them great minutes in the Thiel girl. She's a freshman, real aggressive, and their point guard is extremely quick, and they play a lot of kids too. So, we want to get off to a good start. Obviously, we have a little bit of a size advantage inside, so we want to hopefully exploit that a little bit and get our post people some touches. But, we just got to play.
Sounds like you guys match up with them, kind of similar teams, deep bench, scoring threats. Kind of look like you match up pretty well.
Yeah, but our bench got a little bit thinner. We lost Anna Gray. Anna Gray's done for the rest of the season because of eligibility, because she open enrolled. But we're going to have to get some minutes out of Avery Brown, Josie Arnold, and Ava Zimmerman are going to have to spot play and fill in when needed. And we're going to kind of rely a little bit more heavily on Blaze Langendorfer and Allie Allspaw to give us minutes off the bench. So, hopefully we can get the ball into our posts and exploit that a little bit. I think our size advantage might be a bonus for us, and obviously rebounding will be huge.
And you're going into a tough environment to play at Archbold.
Oh, always. When you go on the road in this league, it's a challenge. It doesn't matter what the records are. You better be ready to go, or you're going to get, surprised. And being that this is the first night in the league, it's important to get off to a good start.
Absolutely. Every league game is important.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck as you face the Archbold Bluestreaks.
Thanks, Chris.
Coach Todd Grosjean of the Bryan Lady Bears back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knerk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
in this game.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network from Archbold. I want to thank our sponsors bringing you the game tonight. They include Andrews O'Neill and Low, Laub Auto Parts, Bryan Athletic Boosters, Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, Brininger and Rakes, Bryan Ford Lincoln, the Bryan Parks and Rec, Northwest State Community College, Danielle Van Atta Agency, Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, Diamond and Gold Outlet, Real Estate Advantage, Fackler Monument, Starks Plumbing and Heating, Jason Dietsch Automotive, and Veteran Services of Williams County. Let's take a look at those Archbold Lady Bluestreaks now. Archbold is coached by Brian Ziegler in his 15th year. Last year they were 15-8, 5-2 in the league. And they had Addie Ziegler, who graduated last year, 10.4 points per game. And anytime you have a leading scorer like that, it's hard to replace.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times this year where some teams have lost scores, and still relatively early part of the year. We're getting to about the halfway mark. But a lot of places they're looking for scoring. I know that's one of the things that we'll talk about for Archbold tonight is finding some consistency with that. You know, Leah McQuaid has been good, and the Roop girl's been good, but it sounds like Coach Ziegler could use a little bit of help on some consistency with scoring. So, you know, that's what every coach is looking for out of their lineup is we've got our kids who can play. We know we can count on where's the rest going to come from.
Streaks averaging 45.1 points per game. They're allowing 43.8. They're shooting 38% from the field, 30 from three, 56 from the foul line. And then they started the season 5-1, but they lost 3 of their last 5. Last game, they defeated Holgate by a score of 49-42. They trailed 12-9 after one quarter, but then they held Holgate to 13 points over the next 2 quarters, and they got the win. Liam McQuaid had 13 points and 6 rebounds, and Carly Grimm chipped in a dozen. They forced 33 Holgate turnovers, so good win for them.
Yeah, and the one big one that Coach Grosjean mentioned, and the one that they're going to circle come tournament time is early in the year they were able to knock off Fairview the fourth game of the year, beat them 53-46. Really did a nice job defensively on the Lady Apaches. So, you know, that's a game that, you know, our coaches have talked to our girls a lot about this week. You know, this isn't your normal Archbold team. They've lost 4 out of their last 6, or 3 out of their last 5, I should say. But you can't take them lightly. At no point can you walk in this gym and take them lightly, but you can't look at them and say, well, we just handled some teams. We've been playing really good. This isn't going to be real tough for us tonight. They've been struggling. You know, a game like Fairview, or even that a win over Eastwood earlier in the year by 12 points, it shows you they can play with some really good competition and win.
All right, we are in the Oberlin-Turnbull countdown to tip-off. Going to take this time out, come back with our keys to the game after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Well, time now for our keys to the game, sponsored by Carlin Company. The Carlin Company Realty and Auctioneers has been your hometown real estate company for 45 years. They've consistently remained #1 in Williams County and the surrounding area since 2007. Call us for all your real estate needs.
All right, first for the Archbold Bluestreaks, I think anybody that plays the Lady Bears knows they got to take care of the basketball, limit turnovers, and don't let that get us into our offense. You know, I think the Lady Bears are athletic. We've rebounded well, so Archbold is going to need to do that, maybe a little outsized, and then they've got to find some consistent scoring also to go along with McQuaid and Roop. On the Lady Bears side of things, we're talking to Coach Grosjean. He wants to use that size advantage, make sure we get some post touches to Kaylee Thiel, Allie Alspal when she's in there, and take advantage of that size. We want to make sure that we're pressuring the ball, make life hard on their guards, and make sure we're contesting shots. And then finally, make sure we take advantage of athleticism and our rebounding. I think that's been really good the last few games. It's made a huge difference against teams like Fairview, so hopefully that'll continue into tonight.
All right, hopefully the Golden Bears can get a win here at Archbold. It is Bryan and Archbold getting set to do battle as we get ready to honor America with the playing of our national anthem, sponsored by Veteran Services of Williams County here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
boosters, the Bryan, the Lady Golden Bears.
Going to meet our officials now. Our game officials being brought to you by Tri-State Vision Center. Tri-State Vision Center have been serving the area since 1977. Contact us at either our Bryan or Montpelier offices for all your eye care needs. Tonight's officials, Kyle Bohr, David Tingley, and Tom Burnett. And we thank them for their officiating. And again, we wouldn't have games if we didn't have officials there. Time now for our starting lineups, being sponsored by Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrications. Call Yoder Mechanical and Custom Fabrications for all your mechanical piping needs at 419-519-3111.
First for Bryan, a junior, number 3, Kaylee Theo. For the Bluestreaks, a sophomore, number 3, Elena Pedraza. For Bryan, a junior, number 4, Ella White. For the Bluestreaks, a senior, number 10, Sophie Root. For Bryan, a senior, number 11, Reese Gruelhouse. For the Bluestreaks, a freshman, number 12, McKenna Field. For the Bears, a junior, number 15, Ella Rao. For the Bluestreaks, a senior, number 14, Leanne McQuaid. For Bryan, a junior, number 20, Mara Smith. And for the Bluestreaks, a senior, number 15, Carlin.
There you have it, our starting lineups. A little unorthodox order going alternating. Threw me off just a little bit, but let's meet our Bryan starters real quick. Go throw those Bryan starters up again. Kaylee Thiel, Ella Voigt, Reese Grodehouse, Ella Rao, and Mara Smith. And our starters for Archbold, Elena Pedroza, Sophie Roop, McKenna Thiel, Leah McQuaid, and Carly Grimm. And Coach called her Rupp, so I'm going to call her Rupp. He's from Archbold. He probably knows what he's talking about.
Well, I was assuming I'm going to mess up Rupp, Roop, Grimm, Grime. So
I think we got Roop and Grimm.
Yeah, we'll go Roop and Grimm and just hope that we're right. And if nothing else, maybe we can go 50, hit it 50% here and only make half the people upset.
That's right. That's right. All right, we're getting ready to tip this one away. Thanks for joining us. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold, opening the NWOAL in the Thunderdome. Only better place would be at home, but if you have to go on the road, Archbold's the place to be.
Great place to be, exactly.
To watch this game.
Yeah, you said it before. This feels like a basketball Friday night right here, so let's hope both teams show up.
Thiel will tip it away, and Reese Grodehouse will come down with it. Get it quickly to Mara Smith underneath to Thiel, up and good. So I'm going to have to call her Kaylee Thiel because there's another Thiel out there.
Yeah, and the Bears got exactly what they wanted right away, a post touch and a finish by Kaylee Thiel right there.
Grodehouse stole it away and then ran it off her foot. See if we got a good shot there. There
Reese
it is.
was pretty aggressive. I think she got away with maybe going through her shoulder there, but you like the pressure coming right away from the Bears. Just some full court man and make the Bluestreaks handle the pressure.
Pedraza will bring it up. She'll get over to Thiel. Thiel gives to McQuaid. McQuaid hands back off to Pedraza.
And Leah McQuaid, one of the best soccer players in the area, is fast. She with a ball in her hands, about as fast as when she is, and you've got to be really aware of where she's at, a slasher who's athletic and wants to attack the basket.
Streaks moving it around, 7:18 remaining here, first quarter, 2-zip Bears. They get it underneath to Thiel, and we're going to, I thought they were going to whistle Reese Grodehouse, but we got a travel call down there.
4 seniors and 1 freshman starting for the Bluestreaks tonight. Thiel is the freshman, and I've had the opportunity to watch her play. She is scrappy, plays with a ton of energy. She's been kind of fun to watch when you're not on the other end of it.
Rao has the basketball for the Bears. They feed underneath to Kaylee Thiel, who hits the deck, no whistle. And it'll be going the other way. They want to go quickly. They get it down to McQuaid working on Grodehouse. Grodehouse got back real quick after that.
Yeah, nice awareness by the Bears in transition to find the runners.
Pedraza fighting with Smith there. Smith getting active hands. They fire it down just too tall for Rupp, and it'll be a turnover for Archbold. That's 2 for them so far.
Right idea on the backdoor cut, just a little too tall. I thought the Bears the last time down, we want those post touches, but it was a tough angle, a little bit of a force to Kaylee Thiel, and she just couldn't come up with it.
Smith dribbles through, tries to throw it away, and the Bears turn it over. That's the second turnover for the Bears. So a little sloppy early on here.
Yeah, good defense by both teams, but I think it's been more sloppy than it's been good defense causing issues.
A nice active feet there as Ella Voigt kicks away a pass for Archbold.
Good rotation, and Lady Bears with a little bit of a run and jump in the half-court man. Good rotation on the back end there by Ella Voigt.
They get it inbound to Pedraza, their point guard. Fire it cross court to McQuaid. McQuaid launches one, no good. Actually, that was Grimm who got that. Rebound comes down to McQuaid. Thiel with it, the freshman in between the circles. She'll go to her left, hand off to Grimm. Grimm looking to get back downtown. She runs into Ella Rao. She's able to get rid of it though. And Thiel has it on the right wing. Thiel working against Kaylee Thiel. They'll feed
Thiel
it underneath.
on Thiel outside.
Yep. And we've got a jump ball, and there's no possession arrow on.
Should be a white ball.
Should be white
Bears
ball.
just won the toss.
There we go. They forgot to turn the possession arrow on.
Hey, if that's the worst thing that happens tonight at the scorers table, they're going to feel pretty good about it.
We were commenting. They've really got them packed in like sardines over there.
That's not a large scorers table, that's for sure.
All right, they inbound. They hit the back of the backboard. That's weird. I think it hit the back of the backboard.
It must have hit the bottom because back of the backboard should be dead ball out of bounds.
3 ball for Grodehouse is no good. Kaylee Thiel comes down with the rebound, gives it to Rao for 3. Rao goes in and out. Kaylee Thiel with the second rebound. Now she'll make a move, put up a shot, and they said she traveled.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that back foot ever came off the floor on the jump stop.
Yeah, we went up and didn't get the foot to see, but
yeah,
that looked good from where I sit.
Yeah, 2 great offensive boards there by Kaylee Thiel. Most importantly, couldn't finish with the bucket right there, but that was a really nice job by her. I like the first rebound and the kick to Ella Rao. That was a great awareness by her.
And we're going to get a foul on Kaylee Thiel right on the baseline, and they're going to say shove, but really she just kind of crowded her, basically. A little contact.
Yeah, a little bump on the way to the basket. Just call that kind of solid defense both ways, and I think both coaches will be fine with it.
Pedraza inbounds. McQuaid will put it up, and it will roll for Archbold's first points. 5:14 remaining first quarter. Tie ball game at 2. Bears
tough
going the other way.
There. Nice tough finish by Leah McQuaid.
McQuaid's averaging 8.7 a game. Look at this defense for Pedraza on Reese Grodehouse. Grodehouse will give over to Rao. Rao stops, pops, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Pedraza, and we're going to get a foul on Ella Rao. So Bears in foul trouble early. That's the second time.
Couple quick ones here.
Yeah.
One on Ella, one on Kaylee. And like I said, if the whistle is the same on both ends, if we're going to call it tied, it's what I asked for last night in that football game that was breaking out on our basketball court last night with the boys playing. You know, if we call some things early, the kids understand how the game is supposed to be played and how it's going to be called, maybe we can see some offense in some games.
3 ball is missed. That was for Carly Grimm. Rebound will come down to Thiel. Thiel will get it down to Rao, who goes too tall, and it goes out of bounds. They were looking for Voigt.
Voigt was there early. Ella saw her about a step too late because the backside defender from Archbold saw her too and got there to take that diagonal away.
So Voigt will inbound underneath her bucket. 2-2 our score. And inbound to Rao, now back to Voigt. Voigt will go baseline, bounce pass underneath to Allie Ospa, who came in. And she will give over to Langendorfer, who puts up a shot, no good. Ospa crashes the board, doesn't get it. And Archbold Pedraza comes around with it. They get it down to McQuaid, then underneath to Grimm. Grimm puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Voigt. And now Archbold will play a little pressure, and Voigt just purely outruns her, heads right to the hoop. Count it, and the foul. So bucket for Voigt. And that was a good call right there.
Yeah, that's a good call because Thiel had position. She knew what she wanted to do. Good hustle by her getting back, try to cut Voigt up, but she started falling before Voigt got there and took the opportunity to take the charge right away from herself.
Free throws being sponsored by Welling Construction. Welling Construction is a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. Voigt is a 84% free throw shooter, missed that one.
And she was one the other night. She was struggling a little bit from the field, but made free throws in the fourth quarter that were huge for the Lady Bears in a night where points were at a premium.
Archbold will just turn things over automatically. They were looking to get it to McKenna Thiel, and the freshman just couldn't handle it. And so Bears have it. That's 3 quick turnovers for Archbold. 3:53 remaining first quarter, 4-2 Bears. We got Langendorfer in the game now, and she gives to Grothaus. Grothaus will cross-court it. Mara Smith launches a 3, banks it, no good. Rebound comes down to McQuaid. Oh, they're going to call a foul?
I'm going to call a reach there on Ella Voigt.
Ooh.
Well, I think we're getting a pretty good idea of how this game's going to be called right now. So you're going to have to stay clean. You can't do a lot of reaching. You want to be on the floor and play basketball. You're going to have to play straight up with your feet and not with your hands. And again, if that is the way it's called on both ends, then I'm perfectly fine with that. I'd like to see some offense get played.
Yep. Kaylee Thiel doing some good defense. They're able to break that pressure, get it underneath. McKenna Thiel will get blocked by Kaylee Thiel. So a little Thiel on Thiel action right there.
Yeah,
Roadhouse comes the other way, puts it up, and good. Both girls end up on the ground.
A lot of hard contact there.
I mean, that's a no call right there. Both of them fell down. Thiel with the basketball. McKenna Thiel for the Streaks. Kaylee Thiel all the way out here defending.
Yeah, she's not been afraid to come out 3-4 feet outside the three-point line and defend. So they must know something with McKenna Thiel from Archbold that we need to get out and defend.
Sophie Roop is the tallest player on the court for the Streaks, but she's been playing more out like a guard instead of a center or a forward.
Yeah, I don't think she's not a post player.
Stolen away by Kaylee Thiel. Up and good. It is 8-2 Bears.
Nice run out there off the turnover.
And we've got a turnover or a timeout by Coach Ziegler. The timeout is being sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and sprayer. Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Just going to keep it right here as we talk about the first, let's see, I got to do my math. 5.5 minutes of the game.
Well, you said it earlier. Both teams a little bit sloppy with the ball coming out. A lot of defensive intensity, so that's going to explain a little bit of trouble with the ball. Like part of Coach Ziegler, if not all of Coach Ziegler's timeout right here, is going to be take care of the basketball. Because the last 2 trips, they've turned it over without any pressure on them, just not completing the pass out of the top. And then right there, kind of a lazy pass to the top. And we just talked about it. Kaylee Thiel's and the whole Bryan defense been extending all the way out to wherever their player is. And they're not stopping at the three-point line. So need a little better awareness out of the Archbold guards. That was kind of an easy layup after the tip away by Kaylee.
All right, so Archbold inbounds. They can try to get it down. Another turnover. Nope, it'll stay here. I guess Ella Voigt got a hand on it.
Good deflection by Ella Voigt. Yeah, little three-quarter court trap.
Bears playing pretty well right now. Up 8-2 with 2:27 remaining.
And they're going to go to their 1-3-1 with Kaylee Thiel at the top. This is something we haven't seen yet. This is what Coach loves. He loves length and athleticism at the top of his 1-3-1.
Usually Ella Rao is out there, and that was stolen away. Pass was intercepted, tipped to Langendorfer, and then Voigt came down with it. They get it back to Langendorfer, left side, left wing. Langendorfer looks to go baseline, gets trapped. Nice underhand pass to Voigt. Voigt will feed underneath to Allspaw, who puts it up, and it rattles every part of the rim but doesn't fall down.
Hit everything but the net.
Yep. And quickly McQuaid will come the other way. McQuaid will get a foul out of Allie Alspaw. Boy, I tell you what, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe she was continuing for shooting, but that was an awful.
And just a lot of out of control, a little bit of a bailout call, but I think Allie helped him with the bailout by continuing to run through her. I think if she stands her ground, keeps her hands up, that ball will be lucky to draw iron if she just stands her ground.
McQuaid only shoots 34% from the line, but got that one. Everybody goes over to congratulate her because it must be something they don't see a lot of.
Doesn't sound like it. And I would think she gets to the line a lot. You know, she's a slasher. She likes to attack. So it's got to be something she spent a lot of extra time on in the gym, I would imagine, is free throw shooting.
That one's no good. Rebound comes down to Rupp, and Archbold will reset. They trail 8-3, minute 44 remaining first quarter. Grimm with the basketball, working against Langendorfer. Grimm will give over to Meg Mello. Three ball in the air is no good. That is Sophie Rupp. Rebound comes down to the Streaks.
See, there's a great example. The freshman had position on 6'2" Allie Alspaw, was able to take the rebound away from her, and that was just an example of it doesn't matter if you're 5'7" and she's 6'2", work hard and get inside, and she just got position on Allie and took the rebound away.
So Rao will check back in, as will Mara Smith. They'll inbound. She went over back. She caught that on this side, and they saw that right away.
Yeah, official was right on the line, and he saw that. Just that's one, as the inbounder, you got to help your teammate out and throw the ball either deeper into the backcourt or let her get her feet established on the other side.
Good replay there to see that. Mara Smith brings it up for the Bears. Over to Reese Grodhouse, launches a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Sophie Rupp. Rupp now double teamed in the backcourt. They've got a little bit of three-quarter court press going on. Thiel loses the she lost the basketball. Thiel picked it up, and now Voigt is going to get a foul on the floor.
I think Kaylee Thiel thought she was in a little worse shape than what she was.
Yeah.
Right there, just go back to her left shoulder. She's got a bucket on the smaller defender, but unselfish play.
So Grodhouse will inbound under her own basket. She'll go tall to Voigt. Now back to Thiel. Thiel had trouble catching, able to recover, put up a shot. Hard glass, no good. Rebound comes down to Voigt. They go in, and we're going to get they're going to say jump ball on that. Wow. That'll stay here, though.
Yeah, Bears save the possession. Great offensive board by Ella Voigt. You could hear the Bryan bench yelling board as the shot was going up, and she came flying in from about the free throw line to find that one.
Inbound to Smith. They'll dribble in, give over to Grodhouse. Grodhouse will try to go baseline, put up a jumper, no good. Rebound skied in and puts it up and in by Kaylee Thiel. Ella Voigt came in for the rebound. Kaylee Thiel said, I'll take that.
They might have words about that one later.
That's right.
Ella's going to say, wait a minute, what happened? I had a nice easy putback right there.
And Grodhouse will tip this pass again. Mello able to catch it, though. They get it underneath to Grimm. Grimm will dish back out to Mello.
Yeah, I think we've seen a couple instances here where Archbold's struggling with the length and the deflection ability of the Bryan defense. They're just trying to throw passes that they may get there against some teams, but they're not going to get there against Bryan.
Rupp stepped on the line. She was trying to go baseline, double covered by Grodhouse and Thiel. And it's 10-3 with 16 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Underneath, easy bucket. Oh, it's missed by Kaylee Thiel. You don't get a closer one than that. I would have made that.
Great find by
That went down
Mara
and up
Smith.
and in. Underneath, we're going to get a traveling violation, which is a good call. Leah McQuaid came in out of control. The Archbold folks don't like it. And
I think we're going to get a foul called.
Yep.
We're going to change this.
Wow. So let's see if we got that one on replay.
The trail official thinks he sees a bump. Yeah, I would think there was contact before there was a travel.
He had his hands up. The thing I don't understand is the two shots.
Well, he's calling it in the act. I think that's twice now where we've seen McQuaid just out of control, run in, throw the ball up, and she's been bailed out by a couple of calls. That one way more legit than the last.
Yep.
And twice we've seen second free throw missed, and we couldn't get the ball.
Oh, and that goes down. Was that a three? Oh, I got to see this replay. I don't think that was a three. Oh, it was a three. I take that back. So at the end of the first quarter of play, 10-7, Bears back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to four-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
4040.
Start of the second quarter, it'll be Archbold basketball. They trail 10-7 as the Bears lead. I believe this game was 10-2 at one point. Am I wrong?
Yeah, Archbold's got to be happy with where it's at right now. 7 first quarter points, 9 first quarter turnovers, and there's their 10th, just about their 10th turnover to start the quarter. Mara Smith picked her pocket, but just couldn't hang on out there.
Yep.
So to be only down 3 at this point with 9 turnovers, part of that is some ice-cold shooting from the Lady Bears to start. 0 for 3 from 3 for the Lady Bears and just 4 field goals.
Olivia Rodriguez has the basketball off the inbound. Now to McKenna Thiel. McKenna Thiel has been flirting with the side or that mid-court stripe. They get it down, and we're going to get a travel violation for Mara Smith as Reese Grodehouse intercepted that pass, got it down to Smith. Smith just couldn't handle the basketball.
Well, she looked like she got a little indecisive. Yep. I think she wanted to go right away with a pass to Voigt. Maybe didn't have it open and then was taking steps before she got the ball on the floor.
Archbold's bringing it up quickly with McKenna Thiel. She'll go baseline and will turn it over as she hands it right to Blaze Langendorfer. They get it ahead to Grodehouse, then ahead to Voigt, who misses the shot underneath. I'll tell you what, the Lady Bears shooting has just been abysmal.
It has been bad. And really, this was a little bit of an issue on Tuesday night at Van Wert. We missed a lot of shots around the bucket, and that's 2 layups right now that the Lady Bears have missed, and a couple of shots in the lane that they've missed. You know, it's not a big deal in the moment, but in a tight ball game, when you get to the fourth quarter, it'd be awful nice to have seen 4 or 5 of those drop.
Yep. Inbound to Voigt. Voigt is double teamed immediately to Smith. Smith feeds it underneath to Thiel, and again, little indecisive there. Smith probably had a wide open 3.
She did, and then she wanted to pass to her teammate that was open on the block, just didn't put nearly enough on it.
So ball's going to stay down here as Thiel collided with Leah McQuaid. McQuaid a little slow to get up, and McQuaid was basically out of bounds. And she's a little slow to get up, but let's see. Let's see if they're going to get a sub in for her. And they are. Atlanta Pedraza is going to come in. Didn't look like super high contact down there. Maybe she just landed on it weird.
Yeah, I think maybe even got landed on a little bit. Her and Kaylee Thiel both diving for that ball at the same time. Looks like she's putting a little ice on her ankle.
Grodehouse will inbound to Langendorfer. Langendorfer hands to Voigt. Archbold's defense has really kicked up in intensity lately. Josie Arnold into the game as well. Grodehouse feeds it underneath. It is tipped around. Thiel puts up an off-balance shot, and then the putback is no good. And the shooting around the rim has just been not good so far for the Lady Bears. Everything else has been good. It's just that shooting around the rim.
Everything's been really solid for the Bears. It's just the finish.
Yep. They get it underneath to Meg Lallo, who's down low. She's running with Reese Grodehouse, and Grodehouse is all over the ball. Knocked away. Archbold able to keep it. Grimm will go in, put up a shot. No good. Rebound comes down to Mello, and he'll get it blocked by Thiel and stolen away by Langendorfer. Langendorfer's just going to go. Bounce pass. Voigt underneath. Voigt, lots of contact, no foul, and they're going to get it on the rebound, I think.
We missed the foul on the shooter, but we did get it on Langendorfer with the offensive rebound.
Oof. No. They took that, they gave it to Archbold. That was just a really late call. Really late call. Langendorfer gets the inbound, puts up a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Perez. Perez working against Voigt.
The Bluestreaks are looking at McQuaid nurse a little bit of something, and Reese Grotehouse came out of that scrum on the defensive end. That last possession, it wasn't feeling very good either. She's on the bench and checking some things out too, doing a little inventory of the lower half. So we'll see with the two seniors down who's going to step up for their ball clubs.
Bears defense has been pretty good, swiping away at things. And now we're got them trapped, and we're going to see a jump ball staying right here as Ali Allspaw does a good job of picking up the jump ball and not committing any foul.
Well, it's 10-7 at the end of one, and it's 10-7, 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the second quarter here. So really good defense on both ends, I guess, but it has not been a clinic on offensive basketball.
No, it hasn't. 3 ball in the air for Archbold, rattles in and out by Carly Grimm, who gets her own one, and then she traveled with the basketball. She did the one thing you're not supposed to do, stand up.
Don't stand up. She kind of rolled around a little bit. That's an issue too. Lady Bears need a bucket in the worst way.
Yes,
we've been on 10 for a long time.
5:34 and counting, main stop scoreboard second quarter. Bears lead 10-7. It was 10-2. Thea will draw the foul. I think they're going to call that on Perez. Oh, they're not. They're going to call it on Thiel. That'll be her second too. I was going to say Perez's would have been 2 as well.
Huh.
So that'll put Kaylee Thiel to the line.
And we're going to call it shooting.
I'm looking at the team fouls. Nope, not enough team fouls.
I'm not sure that was part of the plan when Kaylee started that. I think she was just trying to penetrate and look to kick.
10-7 still. Main stop's open when you need him. You're always near a main stop. Don't forget Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. That one rattles and good. So that makes it 11-7.
Maybe getting off of 10 will be what we need right here, because we were on 10 for a long time.
McKenna Thiel has it, and Josie Arnold makes a foul.
A little bit of an open field tackle
yes,
there.
It was.
If you're going to get one, get your money's worth, I guess. Bad for the Bears. There's 5:20 left in the half here, and the next foul has Archbold shooting.
Mara Smith intercepts the pass, so 5-10 does a great job, or 5-1, I mean.
Archbold just continues to give the Bears extra chances.
And the Lady Bears
cannot capitalize.
Yeah, cannot make a shot. Kaylee Thiel stops. They go around her. Missing the shot is McKenna Thiel, and then Kaylee has it forward to Langendorfer, who puts it up and in off high glass. 13-7 now.
Good run out. Nice look by Kaylee Thiel, and a good job by the senior there, staying under control, coming to a jump stop and a finish.
Pedraza with the basketball. Looking to drive. Puts up a shot. That was Perez with the basketball. Underneath, and Josie Arnold is going to tie her up. So that'll go to the Lady Bears. Reese Grotehouse is going to check back in, as did Leah McQuaid, so both of them are all right.
Good to see for both teams.
Kind of both teams' engines, if you will.
Right, right. And you don't want to see that happen to anybody at any point in the season, so I know both girls look like they were a little bit scared at first. Good to see them both on the floor.
Voigt will give to Grotehouse. Now they give it over to Langendorfer, who can't catch it, and still able to get it knocked out of bounds by Archbold. She had trouble with the basketball right there. I don't think she saw that coming.
No, she tried to give it away twice, and Archbold just wouldn't let her. Coach get her a little bit of a break. Good minutes from Blaze.
Yep.
She had a couple of good looks that she couldn't get to go down, but she did get that layup there for her only made field goal here in the second quarter.
4:20 remaining first half, 13-7. Voigt with the basketball, kick out to Grotehouse. Grotehouse stops at the foul line, pops short, rebound comes down to McQuaid, and she's running. McQuaid. And we're gonna get a block. Well, they're not gonna discuss it now. I thought she was set. But I don't know. I don't know. That's 3 on Ella Rao.
And
That's
3,
not good.
Yep, exactly. And 3 on Ella Rao. So that was a whole lot of bad for the
Here
Lady
it
Bears
is.
right there.
She set her feet, ran right into her. I've been calling sports in 2006, and I still can't understand block charge.
Yeah, I think we could go home
like
and watch an
offsides
NBA
on
game and we wouldn't know. Yeah.
So That one is good, so 3-point play there makes it a 3-point lead for the Bears.
I think the block charge is all in the eye of the beholder.
Yep. They get it down to Thiel, quickly puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Allspaw with the putback.
And she got drilled across both arms, but a nice job by Ali Allspaw being there to clean it up.
Looks like Archbold wants to slow it down and Bryan wants to run as always.
Yeah.
Mellow with the basketball.
I think we've seen that's been the plan for most teams against us, is to run a lot of half court and not allow us to do this.
Turnover for Archbold. Get it down, Grodhouse pops a shot, that's good. 17-10, 3:33 remaining first half.
And a good decision there by Reese. Gave her a hard time when we interviewed her after the last game about being a little bit too unselfish sometimes, and that was a good decision to stop and pop from about 8 feet on the break.
Cross court it quickly to Pedraza, who will try to go baseline on Mara Smith. And now they get it back out to Rupp. Rupp working against Ali Allspaw. They feed underneath and right back out to Rupp.
I'd say that Ali Allspaw's been impressive. She's been out defending on the perimeter about the entire time she's been in. And
that time she stole it away, feeds it ahead to Voigt. Voigt catches, going to go up against McQuaid, and they're going to call that a block too. So I'm okay with that. If you're going to call it both ways,
right,
I mean,
right.
If you're going to call it the same, I thought that might have been a little too much on us.
I thought so too. I thought it looked like she got back and squared up to the offensive player. I guess maybe we'll need a quick explanation. Maybe we can Google it at halftime. Google, what is a charge?
17-10 Bears lead, make it 18-10, 2:55 remaining second quarter from the Thunderdome.
That might be one of those situations. We Google what is a charge and the computer just starts to smoke. Don't make us answer that question.
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with Ali Allspaw out at the front of the defense. We knew she could play post, but being out at the front of the defense has been a new thing for her. And
she was great out there, yeah. She's out defending, way outside the three-point line, just not an area of comfort for her at all.
McQuaid will get knocked out of, well, she goes up, got blocked originally. Was that Reese Grodhouse that blocked her?
Either Reese or Ella Voigt got a piece of that, and then
just out of bounds.
Landed in McQuaid's hands out of bounds.
Morris.
That was a nice job by the Bears, kind of stepping aside, letting the attack happen, and then getting a piece of the shot.
Archbold trying to put a press on, and that is going to result in a shot and a make shot as Grodhouse somehow avoided the contact and got it down to Voigt.
And found Voigt flashing from the right there. Just, you know, I like to tease sometimes, just like we drew it up. There was nothing about that we drew up, but it ended up in the right place for the Bears.
And Kaylee Thiel's going to get a foul, and that'll be 2 on her. Bears have extended out to 20-10. It was 10-2 early on, then Archbold got it to 10-7. It felt like we were on 10-7 for a long time.
We were on 10-7 forever. This is going to be the Bluestreaks shooting some free throws.
So it is the bonus situation. 8th team foul for the Bears.
Rupp at the line here, the senior's 10.5-point scorer, leading scorer. She has yet to score tonight for the Bluestreaks.
That one's up and good.
Three times the Streaks have been to the line and they've gotten the miss off the second. There's a great check out of the shooter by Ella Voigt right there.
Voigt hunting down, and Voigt will give to Josie Arnold. And it almost gets stolen away. Grodhouse able to get it. They get it underneath to Ali Allspaw. And what are we going to get? Are we going to get a foul on the floor?
Ali Allspaw about ate that one. If she hadn't got her hands up a little quicker, Reese was throwing that one right through her face.
I tell you what, you don't want to be on the receiving end of a Reese Grodhouse pass if you're not
one that you're not. Yeah, not one you're not ready for, because Reese plays it at a full go speed all the time.
Yep, she does. Been watching her since 4th grade and played that same way the whole time.
She absolutely
Baseline
has.
For Voigt, and Voigt will get a foul.
Good take by Ella Voigt. And that's where in this surge that she's had lately, double figures in the last 6 games, and really become an offensive leader for the Bears, this is where she's been good, getting herself to the free throw line and being strong around the basket.
First one up for Voigt is good. Went at front iron and then rolled backwards.
Use whatever you got to. Like I said, she was huge the other night in the 4th quarter. Hadn't scored much and then got to the free throw line. Probably made 4 or 5 free throws late in the game that were really big for the Bears.
All right, second one is missed. Archbold will bring it down 10 with 1:47 remaining first half. Pedraza with it, working against Smith. They find Sophie Rupp. Rupp will go baseline, and it's blocked. Ooh, they're gonna get a foul on Ella Voigt, and like to see that one again.
I think that's one where Ella said you're gonna earn this at the free throw line. Nothing easy.
I guess there was some contact on the hand.
Yeah.
Ball first.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good rotation there. She was already beat to the basket, and you're either giving up the layup or you're saying you go shoot him at the free throw line on that.
That one is no good. Now the PA announcer just said root.
I was going to tell you I heard that earlier, but I didn't want to mess with you.
All right, I'm going root now.
When in
Sorry
Rome.
to the Rupp Root family.
Yeah, when in Rome.
Next one up, and that is good. Makes it 21-11, 10-point lead. 21-12, excuse me. Late score going up on the scoreboard there. Minute 37 remaining, 21-12 is your score. They get it over the timeline. Mara Smith bobbled it just a little bit.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, just a little bit ago. You talked about how Archbold's really turned up the pressure. I think that's been the biggest difference here lately for the Bears on offense. That end, a lot of missed easy shots.
Yep. Missed shot by Blaze Langendorfer, and then a putback shot is missed again by Josie Arnold. Bears just can't buy a bucket at times down there.
No, and we can't be upset about the looks we're getting, that's for sure.
Yep.
Our looks have been great.
3 ball in the air for Archbold, no good. Rebound comes down to Mara Smith.
Great checkouts there by all the Bears.
They get it down to Arnold. She'll look to go left side and give over to Blaze Langendorfer. Langendorfer shakes off a defender, gives to Smith. Smith will look to drive, has to pick up her dribble in the defense. They feed underneath to Blaze Langendorfer, loses the basketball, and we're gonna get a jump ball, and it'll go back to the Bluestreaks with 34.7. Seeing Addie Arnold in, coach said with Anna Gray being out now the rest of the season because of the transfer, you know,
it puts the Bears in a tough spot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a dad being mean to his daughter at all. I mean, she's a freshman getting kind of thrown out to the wolves a little bit, and you'd much rather have that junior with some experience who's been playing really well, being able to rotate in that spot out there. So, you know, a lot's going to be expected of Josie Arnold and some other players off that bench to make up for what Anna Gray's meant to this team.
Going to see Zimmerman some. We're going to see Avery Brown as Archbold moving into basketball around. Let's see if they get a shot off. They do, and it's a good one from Grace Meyer. So 21-14, 7-point lead as Reese Grosjean launches one. And at the end of the first half of play, it is 21-14 Bears. We're going to come back and talk about this one after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much. Why do so many people travel to Jason Eats Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network from the Thunderdome. It's halftime here. The Lady Bears lead the Bluestreaks of Archbold 21-14. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold here with you and getting some stats around. And let's take a look at those statistics. Let's do the full stats first. Brian was 9 of 25 from the field. That's 25 shots in the first half. 0 of 4 from 3-point. 3 of 7 from the line. They had 8 turnovers, 4 bench points, and 11 rebounds. Meanwhile, Archbold 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3. They were 5 of 9 from the line. They had 20 turnovers, 2 bench points, and 19 rebounds. So they out-rebounded the Lady Bears 19-11 in that half as we're in the Bryan Athletic Boosters halftime show. I'll tell you what, looking at those statistics, the one that stands out to me between the rebounds for Archbold is the 9 of 25 from the field for Bryan.
Yeah, just not a typical night that we've seen from the Lady Bears lately. And now Tuesday night, yes, that's where we were. You know, and I'd say one of our biggest issues has been around the bucket. Out of that 9 for 25, how many of those have been shots within 6 to 8 feet, and even bunnies right underneath? That's got to be probably half a dozen or more, and that's being a little conservative with the guess. Not normal for the Bears to not have any three-pointers at this point. The Archbold defense has been good, but I don't think it's been Archbold defense that's caused our poor shooting. We just continue to not shoot the ball well, and we need to see a couple go. We need to see a couple go through the net and get some confidence going, and it doesn't matter who it is right now. Somebody's got to get the ball to go through the net and get everybody else excited.
How about some individual scoring?
For Archbold right now, they're being led by Leah McQuaid. She came in averaging 8.7 a game. She's got 7 at the half, 3 of 5 at the free throw line. And then they've got 2 points from senior Sophie Roop, who's came in as a leading scorer, averaging 10.5. 3 points from Carly Grimm and 2 points from Grace Meyer. That was Grace Meyer off the bench there that hit the shot at the end of the half. They got this to a 7-point margin. So that leaves Archbold with their 14 points at the half. On the Bryan side of things, Kaylee Thiel had a really nice 6-point first quarter, then a quiet second. She's got 7 right now to lead the Bears. Ella Voigt has 6 points. We've got 4 from senior Reese Grodhouse, 2 each from Blaze Langendorfer and Allie Oswald off the bench for the 21 points for the Bears. No, just not. Probably if you told me this was the score at the end of the first quarter, then I would have said, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. But to tell me this is the score at the end of the half is a little bit surprising for both teams, and I think that's going to be a point of emphasis in both locker rooms is what are we going to do to score the ball better.
Our director, Tony, just sent me a little note here that says it's a football score, 21-14. You'd be happy with a 21-14 lead over Archbold football.
Yep, we'd take it all day.
All right, going to take a timeout. We'll come back with more after this on the Golden Bears Sports Network. 21-14, Bears lead at the half.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Why do so many people travel to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services in Edgerton when they want their vehicles repaired? Because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have over 60 years of experience fixing the problems that other mechanics couldn't. They work on all makes and models, and they specialize on imports. Recently, they have expanded their service area by almost 50%, and they've hired Eston Knurk to their staff. So if you have a vehicle, foreign or domestic, that you want fixed right the first time, take it to Jason Dietsch Automotive Services on the east side of Edgerton. Why do so many
4040?
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network. It's halftime, 21-14 in favor of the Golden Bears. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold with you. Let's take a look at some scores from around the area. Patrick Henry over Swanton right now. Girls basketball in the fourth quarter, 37-27. In boys basketball, it is Eden over Montpelier, 24-20 in the third quarter. That's our sister station's broadcast game. In boys basketball, Paulding is beating Ayersville 45-39 in the fourth quarter. It is 38-38, all tied up between Shawnee and Defiance. That's the WSN live game tonight. Antwerp beating Edgerton 34-21 in boys basketball. Also Anthony Wayne over Napoleon 33-19. the Generals are that league is really strong, and Anthony Wayne's one of the better teams in there.
Yeah, nothing fun or easy about having to host any of those NLL schools.
At the half in the WBL, it's Ottawa Glandorf 40, St. Mary's 14, Salina leading Kenton 21-20 at the half. That's boys, and that is all she wrote for the scores from around the region. I always ask you this: what are you saying if you're the two coaches inside the locker rooms right now?
Well, starting with the Lady Bears, I think I'm going to tell everybody. I might pull the old Aaron Rodgers on them and RELAX. Everybody just relax, take a deep breath. You know, the girls are out and they're shooting around the bucket right now, and I think I just tell everybody, take your time. You don't have to hoist a bunch. Every one of you can shoot. Every one of you can score. I think we're all doing a whole lot of too much thinking about it, and let's just relax and play basketball. Let's start finishing things around the rim. Once the ball starts to go in and we see it go in, then I think we're all going to we're just going to take a step back a little bit and going to be okay on offense.
What's Coach Ziegler saying?
Well, I think he likes everything about his defense right now. He's got to love the rebounding, but one of the things he told you was we got to protect the basketball, and they've got 18 to 20 turnovers in the first half, and they only had 8 or 9 shots. So, you know, right now they are hurting themselves. The Bryan defense has been good, but it's been a lot of sloppy passes and turnovers handling the ball that haven't been good. So he knows he's in this ball game as poorly as they played on offense. Their defense has kept him in it, and if they can find a way to keep us rattled offensively and not making shots, this game's a long way from over.
Absolutely. Well, it is 21-14 on the Main Stop scoreboard. Main Stop's open when you need them. If you're always near Main Stop, don't forget about Thirsty Thursday every Thursday. Going to take a final timeout. Come back with second half action. It is 21-14 in favor of the Golden Bears from Archbold. Back after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much. When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters Board of Directors invites you to become Bryan Built.
The Athletic Boosters support our athletic programs in many ways, and that support is made possible through both corporate and patron support.
We are Bryan Built.
Come Bryan Strong today and offer your patron support. Go Bears.
Back out on the Golden Bears Sports Network at the half, 21-14 Bears. It is not a football score. It is a basketball score through two quarters nonetheless.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Doug Krause last night, the legend from Archbold.
Oh, yeah.
On our way out, he did the game for WMTR, and we were talking about the boys' game last night, and he said, you know, Arnie, I think I took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up at a football game here tonight. And this one hasn't necessarily had that kind of physicality, but the scoreboard sure looks like a football game.
Golden Bears get it to start the second half. Archbold comes out in a 2-3 zone, basically. They get underneath to Kaylee Field, who puts it up and in. So Kaylee Field gets 2.
Nice job by the Bears of being long and throwing over the top of that zone. Archbold came out with a little wrinkle there, trying to trap in a 1-2-2 that Coach Grosjean talked about.
Grodehouse knocks it away, and too tall for Field, just way too tall.
Yep. Great idea. Nice force to steal. Look for the run out. I like the idea. You get a good run here to start the half, it'd be great.
So it is 23-14. Going to see Blaze Langander for check back in. Ella Rao sits down with those 3 fouls. She got 3 fouls early on, and so I think Bears want to keep her in the game as long as possible.
Yeah, I think that might be one. Coaching staff saw that a little bit late. You know, it's normal. Coach walks over to the scorer's table to have, says, hey, we want starters, and then somebody looked up and said, oh, wait, yeah, that's right. That starter's got 3. Let's not make this worse.
Nice backdoor cut by Archbold leads to no bucket for McKenna Thiel. Blaze Langendorfer comes down with the rebound. Langendorfer gets trapped in the corner. It's stolen away by Leah McQuaid. They'll go ahead, and then Mara Smith will intercept the pass. It was intended for Carly Grimm. All these interceptions, it really does feel like a football game.
Yeah, really, I mean, that's about 2 or 3 unforced errors right out of the chute for both teams. That's going to be 3 fouls on Kaylee Thiel now also, calling offensive on her.
Let's see what that looked like there. And she just kind of led with the shoulder.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate right there.
And that's about how the game started. It was pretty tight with any kind of contact, and got a little bit more interesting as the half went on, but that's been a pretty consistent call tonight by this crew.
So Streaks will bring it up. McKenna Thiel has it, working on Reese Grodehouse. Grodehouse nearly tips it away. McQuaid has the pass, though. Now she'll dish back to Roop. Roop will give to Thiel. Thiel will give to Grimm. Underneath, tipped away by Grodehouse. Grodehouse, I think she could keep it herself this time. Goes in, puts up a shot off glass and good. 25-14, Bears lead is 11. This may be the biggest lead. And out of bounds, we're going to say it's going to stay here. And on the floor.
Good hands there in transition by Mara Smith. Got her hands in there, tipped that away. It looked like Pedraza had really gotten a run out on the Bears. Good recovery.
They inbound. Pedraza has it now. Gives to McQuaid. We called so many Napoleon games we had Pedraza on the mind.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw it.
Thiel has it now back out to McQuaid, who will reset. McQuaid working against Mara Smith. They get it to Pedraza. They get underneath, and Boyd will steal it away. And Allie Alspaw hits the deck and able to get back up. I think I don't know if she tripped over her own feet or what. I didn't see any contact or anything there. Fire down to Boyd, who launches a 3. Got it! First 3 of the game for Ella Boyd. It comes with 5:48 remaining third quarter, and that extends the Bears lead to 14.
Yeah, first 3 of the night for the Lady Bears. Exactly what they ordered. And this little half-court trap the Bears have been in has caused Archbold some issues, some deflections already. Coach Ziegler, when he goes back, right now he's not happy, but when he goes back and watches film, he's going to be really frustrated at some of these passes that his girls are trying to throw across the zone against the length of the Bears.
They're looking to go baseline with Grimm. Grimm gets trapped in the corner. We'll throw it down to Pedraza, then back out to McQuaid. McQuaid will go between center circle, try to reset, but when you got Reese Grodehouse on you, can't really take a breath. And we're getting a traveling violation, and that'll be a turnover for the Streaks. Bears will have it.
Yeah, McKenna Thiel has struggled a little bit tonight. The freshman's had some trouble, has turned it over quite a bit, and she's going to be a fantastic player. But it's a tall order to be the one freshman starter in a group of seniors against a team like the Golden Bears. You're going to take some lumps sometimes as a youngster.
Ella Rao comes back in with those 3 fouls. They get it across the timeline with the pressure to Grodehouse, who will stop and pop. And we're going to get a foul on the shot, and that'll put Grodehouse to the line.
And that's going to be on Thiel also. That'll be her 3rd one.
So let's see if they get somebody in for Thiel quick. It looks like Meg Mello is going to check in. I love that name, by the way, Meg Mello.
Saw that on the roster. I thought the same thing. I hope we get to say that name a lot.
Grodehouse at the line. First one is no good.
It's not a normal shooting night for Reese Grodehouse. I really thought that foul was after the shot. It looked like after Reese had come down, Thiel being a little too aggressive on the checkout, kind of hip thrusted her. It was a foul, but I think it's kind of gracious that we're getting a couple free throws out of it.
That one is good. So 29-14, and Allie Alspaw has come back in, so maybe a little defense for offense. Substitution going on.
Trying to protect Kaylee Thiel and her 3 fouls right now as long as they can.
Archbold gets it down, and we're going to get a blocking foul on Ella Voigt.
And that'll be 3 on Ella Voigt, and that's where things are going to get interesting here. The Bears are in control, but right now the whistle has just not been very friendly. One Archbold player with 3, but that's the 3rd Lady Bear with 3 fouls tonight.
Going to see Addie Arnold. I called her Addie. Josie Arnold check back in.
As long as Addie Arnold doesn't hear you call her that, you'll be fine. I won't rat you out.
Same number, you know?
Yep.
And then Josie steals it away. Good job there, and the Bears are bringing it forward. Blaze Langendorfer gives to Grodehouse. Grodehouse thought about a big 3 working on Pedraza. Now she gets double teamed, cross courts it, skip pass, and we're going to get a foul underneath. Who'd they call that on?
Looked like he pointed at Allie. Yep, he's calling that on Ali Allspaw.
I didn't see it. Can we back that up again?
Timed
there,
up
Tony?
in a bit of or got tied up in a scrum down there, I think, on the block. Yeah, it's kind of ran over the Archbold player.
Yep. 4:36 remaining here, third quarter. Stolen away. Roadhouse should have an easy one at the block. Up and good. 31-14. A little bit more like the Lady Bears we've come to expect.
Yeah, and you got to, right now, we want to see the Lady Bears continue to force turnovers and weather the storm with 3 starters on the bench with 3 fouls each.
10-0 run for the Lady Bears. Pedraza comes underneath, loses the basketball out of bounds. It'll stay right here.
I must be the only one in the gym that thought she traveled on that, because I was kind of waiting. I looked at our bench, and if Johnny Minor's not getting excited, then it wasn't a travel. But sure looked like a jump and a land, and Molnar left her hands.
They get it to McQuaid. McQuaid will drive, put up a shot, and miss the shot. Mello comes down with it, gets it out to Pedraza. Now they'll reset. 4 minutes and counting, third quarter, 31-14 Bears. Grimm with the basketball. Mello has it between the circles, bounce pass to Roop. Try to get underneath to McQuaid. Now cross court again, tipped by Grothaus.
Another long pass that the Bears got a deflection on. And this right here is exactly what the Bears want. If you want to eat up a minute out of this possession right here, we'll be perfectly fine with that.
Shot is up and good for McQuaid.
I don't know how that ball got through there.
And we're going to get a timeout for Archbold. And the timeout's being sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Going to take a 30-second timeout. It's Bryan 31, Archbold 16. Back after this.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond & Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, 31-16, your score. Lady Bears lead third quarter action with 3:30 remaining here. Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold with you. You saw a NWOAL halftime score over there.
Yeah, halftime score, Liberty Center over Wauseon, 27-12 right now in girls basketball action. I don't know that it's a shocker, but it's definitely a surprise. Liberty Center's been playing much better this year, but Wauseon has looked good. So apparently the Tigers have figured out an answer for Haley Meyer over there tonight.
So it'll be Arnold inbounding under the basket.
And this is what the Bears needed. They come out, they've had a 10-2 run to start the half here. That's not the offensive explosion we're used to seeing out of the Bears, but we want to continue to use our defense and be strong. There's a Bears taking the opportunity to play a little bit of Archbold and throw a bad pass against the zone.
And it's nearly stolen away and then picked up by Grothaus. She'll go ahead and catching, making a nice move. Langendorfer misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and then she gets hacked.
And it looked like that was on Sophie Roop.
It is.
Blaze might be one that looks at this film later and says, how did I miss that many shots around the bucket? Well, man, she's been active.
The first one, she was under the bucket and had to did a nice step back and put it up again, but missed that one too.
She did a great job at catching the ball that Grothaus threw to her, made a tough play out of it.
Grothaus misses the shot, rebound comes down, it'll go out of bounds and stay with the Bears. Yeah, Reese Grothaus really can zip the ball down there, and if you're not ready for it.
Yeah. I always told her she'd be a great quarterback. I think she's trying to throw some receivers open right now.
Smith with the basketball, and we're going to get a turnover right in front of the Bryan bench.
Yeah. Just more unforced errors.
Yeah.
That's
Lady Bears coaching staff is probably not real pleased right now.
At least 15 turnovers for the Bears tonight, and I don't know that a lot of those have been caused by the Archbold defense.
Stolen away, and Coach
Fortunately, Archbold's
screaming.
done that a lot to help us out too. Just they've thrown the ball to the yellow jerseys a lot.
Grothaus with it, top of the key, over to Smith. Smith hasn't taken any threes tonight. She'll go baseline, gets blocked, gets her own block off and misses the shot. Rebound will come down. McQuaid gets it stolen away, and then they're going to whistle a late foul on Mara Smith. On that last time down, Coach Ziegler was not happy. Not this time, but the last time. Reese Grodehouse went to stick a leg out to deflect a pass, and I think she made contact with the knee, and he was just really into the refs on that one.
Yeah, and it looked like there was some tension there, but knowing Reese Grodehouse, it wasn't.
Yep. Bucket made by McQuaid, so it's 31-18 now.
McQuaid pretty much single-handedly keeping the Bluestreaks in this game. She's got 11 of their 18, and just remains super aggressive on offense every time she gets a chance.
3 ball for Josie Arnold, goes off rim, come in, put back for
there's a finish for Blaze.
There's one.
Good job being active and going and getting that rebound. That was a bucket the Bears needed. We were stuck on that 31 number for a bit.
I like the 3 call, though. Definitely a good call right there.
I think there's times where you need to shoot it before you turn it over when you're in there, and it was a good look. We need to keep taking shots.
Voigt will come in. There'll be a line change for Archbold as Elena Perez will come in. Olivia Rodriguez comes in, and McKenna Thiel checks back in. Minute 38 remaining third quarter. Main stop scoreboard shows 33-18 in favor of the Golden Bears. Tipped away again. Smith will give it ahead to Voigt. Voigt will stop, pop, and we're going to get an offensive call on Voigt.
And 4 on Ella Voigt, and there's that 50-50 call that I'm not sure Google could help us out much with.
Quickly, we're going to see Avery Brown check in. And that kind of situation, you might need to move and make a step one way or the other.
I think
try to avoid
just
the
for yourself
contact.
on a night like tonight, when you don't know how the whistle's going to blow, I think you got to protect yourself with 3 fouls in that situation. But it's awful hard to tell a kid not to be aggressive. Ella was doing the right thing, making the right play, just being aggressive in that situation.
And now they're going to foul
and that one
on
was
Allspa.
Yeah, and there's just no reason for that.
Yeah.
She had no position whatsoever. I think she's arguing that she hit the ball, but the reality is you're stepping through somebody that no official is going to give you that.
Yep.
So we've got 3 players with 3, 1 player with 4, and Archbold shooting free throws the rest of the night on turnovers from this point on. So Lady Bears are going to have to work hard to stay in control of this ball game for the last 9 minutes.
Oh, nice job there by Josie Arnold to play good D. And now she has the basketball. Cross courts it to Smith.
And right here is where you need your senior, Reese Grodehouse, to calm things down. She's out there with 2 JV girls, 1 other starter, and a senior.
Arnold with the bucket.
Good cut and a good find there by Mara Smith.
Archbold brings it down. Waning moments of the third quarter, 35 seconds to go. McQuaid puts up a shot, misses it. Boy, I'll tell you what, all those have fallen for her. That's the first one that was really close. There was a miss.
And I tell you, if you want to look at some offensive fouls, a little bit of an arm bar coming out there, but she knows how to create space and get herself to the bucket.
And now she tries to attack.
That's a great find again.
And they get it to Ali Allspa. Mara Smith has really had
last
good
2 trips down.
Field eyes down there.
Last 2 trips, she's really calmed things down for the Bears and gave us a couple of good looks. Stretch this out to 19 right now.
We're going to roll the dice and put Rao in for the last 6 seconds. And Rao's got 3, right?
Rao's got 3. Allspal's got 3.
3 ball, no good. Rebound comes down to the Bears. And we're going to jump ball with 1.5 left, excuse me.
Yeah, the only downside of that for the Bears is it means Archbold gets the ball to start at the quarter, but we didn't give up a shot. We get an inbound, run the clock out, and have a 19-point lead here to start the fourth.
All right, so 37-18 is your score. Lady Bears on top as we end the third quarter of play. Going to take this timeout. Come back with more after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
I'm Tom Turnbull of Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused, celebrating our 100th anniversary, 2022.
It's great working with family. The relationship we have with one another allows us to focus on your family and help guide you through the planning process.
We focus in on your family's needs to make sure that everything is done the way that you and your family want.
Right now, our family wants a Golden Bear victory.
Oberlin-Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Family-owned, family-focused.
you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Live from Archbold here as the fourth quarter gets ready to start. 37-18 Bears. Let's see, it was I have to do my math. It was a 16-4 run. It sounds right.
Yeah, the quarter was a 16-4 run, exactly what the Bears needed. Showed a little bit of offense, continued to play great defense. And they've done it all with some different combinations than what we're used to seeing on the floor, thanks to some foul trouble the Lady Bears are in tonight.
3 ball is missed. Rebound comes down to Archbold, and then they immediately throw it to Addie Arnold. And now it's Mara Smith's in a little bit of trouble here in the backcourt. They find Arnold with the outlet across to Grodehouse. Grodehouse will feed to Arnold. Stop, pop, short, no good. Rolled off the front of the rim there.
I don't know about decision-wise, but again, shoot it before you turn it over, I guess, for the freshman.
39-18. We may be homers, but we're not homers for our own kids, right?
Absolutely not.
Nice move there by the freshman McKenna Thiel. Boy, she went through a lot of traffic there.
A lot of traffic. That was a nice move under control right there. Her first bucket of the night for the Bluestreaks.
Bluestreaks coming up to tie it up. She needs help, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Grosjean.
Yeah, good use of a timeout. First one the Bears have burned tonight.
It'll be
Mara
a 30.
Smith was in a tough spot right there.
Timeouts tonight being sponsored by Stockman Lawn Service for lawn care, snow removal, fertilizer, and spraying. Call Stockman Lawn Service at 419-636-6572. Okay, well, the story right now, 39-20. Bears lead is 19. But what we're looking at least on the bottom number of that scoreboard, is fouls. Lady Bears have 6. Archbold has 2. So Archbold going to be able to stop this quite a bit. Lady Bears going to have to be really careful.
Yeah, and some individuals. I think Ella Voigt's still on the bench here from the start of the fourth. She's got 4. But out on the floor right now, you got Ella Rao with 3, Ella Rao with 3, and Kaylee Thiel with 3. And then on the bench is Ella Voigt with her 4, and Allie Oswald's got 3 on the bench. So at least Coach can feel good about the fact that he's deep enough that he can rotate players. He's gotten good minutes tonight out of Blaze Langendorfer, and Allie Oswald's been good to help. Josie Arnold's done a nice job, and that's made a difference tonight when fouls have been an issue.
Thiel with the basketball now, looking to drive, gets her pocket picked by McKenna Thiel. McKenna Thiel puts it up and loses the ball as Mara Smith blocked it, but got some contact, and so that'll put McKenna Thiel to the line. She shoots 46 from the line. That's 2 on Smith, but that Bryan foul number continues to climb.
Yeah, and every foul from this point on is shots for Archbold.
First one is no good. Free throw sponsored by Welling Construction, a third-generation family-owned general contractor for quality custom homes, renovation projects, and commercial work. Contact us at 419-636-3712. That one is good. 31-29. 18-point lead for the Bears. Grodehouse will bring it up. Give it over to Smith. They're going to put Ella Voigt back in here. The next stoppage in play. They feed underneath to Kaylee Thiel. Thiel's going to head to the line now.
Nice entry there from Blaze Langendorfer from the wing. Chance for the Bears to get on the scoreboard here in the fourth. Good post and steal by Kaylee Thiel. You know, and I think that's an area of her game that's really improved this year as a junior. You know, she's a big, strong athlete. Always like to play out on the perimeter. You know, she was the tall kid, throw it up high to the tall kid, but now she's learning how to post, how to seal, how to get some position, reposition herself, and she's starting to reap the benefits of that a little bit.
Yeah, really using her height advantage now and her, you know, her build to really make some players have some tough times.
She is a tough matchup for just about any high school girls basketball team, especially in our area.
Streaks bringing it up. McGuade with it. They get it underneath to Pedraza, who is double teamed. Pedraza will try to go baseline, and we're going to get a turnover as Mara Smith did a nice job of just screening her to the end line without committing any foul.
No, I think that's just a good job of beating your girl. Get your foot on the baseline, and she had one choice. You're going to dribble it out of bounds, or you're going to have to get out of here. And she just continued to dribble until she went out of bounds. And if I'm close to right now, we're pushing 30 turnovers for Archbold tonight.
Roadhouse will bring it up. Able to get past the token full court pressure. Smith with the basketball. Smith works around a screen, feeds it underneath. Voigt will go to the line. She got it underneath, went to put up the shot, immediately was fouled.
I'm not sure she knew where she was when she caught that, because she sure didn't need the dribble.
No, she didn't.
I think she could have caught that and went straight up, but I think she thought she was in a different spot than where she was.
And now what you've got is you're getting Archbold getting some fouls. They've got 2 quick ones here, the last 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, and the Bluestreaks will have to make a decision at some point on not when to give up, but when the fight's a little bit over and just finishing the ball game, playing good fundamental defense and not just fouling every trip down.
Both of those are good for Ella Voigt.
And that gets Ella to 4 for 6 and 11 points, 4 for 6 from the free throw line, and 11 points on the night for her.
McQuaid gets to the middle to Nia Grime. I'm guessing she's also Grimm, so we'll go with Grimm. That's a turnover. We'll stay right here. Or out of bounds, I should say, not a turnover.
Yeah, good deflection from Ella Rao right there.
Grace Meyer inbounds. She'll give to McQuaid. The 5-16-year-old bounce pass it over to Thiel. Bears put 2 defenders on, but kind of off them.
Yeah, it's that 1-3-1 where we come up and trap on the wings.
They did a nice job of getting the contact there, and we're going to get a foul on Archbold at that point.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that the whistle needed to blow, and I wasn't sure what he was going to call when. And I think he kind of surprised himself there for a second, like, uh-oh, I blew the whistle. I got to call something.
I better come up with something. Inadvertent whistle.
Because there's been a lot of contact in this game, and that was real minimal compared to a lot of the contact we've seen. But went the Bears' way, so we'll take it.
So Roadhouse looks to inbound. Excuse me, that's Rao. Rao gets it ahead to Voigt. Voigt to Grodehouse. Grodehouse to Thiel, and she just bounces it off of Sophie Ruffs.
Need to get that's one of those, be a little more selfish, Reese, because that's a tough pass. The defender was kind of expecting the pass. Maybe a little ball fake and attack and get your layup there.
So Reese will inbound under her own basket. Gets it in. Catch is made by Rao, and that'll give to Smith. Bears looking to set something up now. Thiel has it. Thiel turns. Thiel tries to back her way in. It gets stolen away, and they got bailed out again on a foul on Carly Grimm.
And you mentioned it. Now, I will say Archbold's got 15 girls in the book for their roster, so they got a lot of fouls they can use, so they still don't have anybody really in trouble other than McKenna Thiel. But now those fouls are starting to pile up a little bit more for the Streaks.
It was 7-2, and it's 7-6 now.
Yeah, and they're trying to turn up the pressure a little bit too. And if you're the Bears, I don't think you need to go slow. You don't have to stall. You just have to make sure you do that. Get good quality shots and finish when you get them.
As Kaylee Thiel catches and makes a nice move over a blue streak.
Yeah, nice to get a bucket off your baseline out of bounds plays.
Quickly Archbold moving it around, and we got a kick there as Voigt will kick it out of bounds. And I tell you what, just the active both hands and feet by the Lady Bears defense.
Yeah, I think when you are who we are, this 1-3-1 is a really good defense. Coach has been all about it for a couple of years, and it's been a huge bonus for this team.
Especially when you have somebody long that can play out in the front of that.
Yeah, and he's got 2 or 3 girls that can, and then when you're not playing that, look at who your wings are. Your wings are Ella Voigt and Reese Grodehouse. You put Kaylee Thiel and Allie Ospaul in the middle, and then Mara Smith, even if she's undersized a little bit, covers a ton of ground there on the back line. So even when you rotate people into different spots, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
And Smith steps in front of a pass. We'll get it out to Grodehouse. Grodehouse looking to go, feeds it down. Ella Rao catches one dribble, shot up, missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds. It should stay right here. It did because it hit Leah McQuaid on the way out.
Yeah, nothing. She couldn't get back in bounds fast enough for that. Ella Rao just, I don't know, maybe rushed that a little bit. Wasn't the shot she was looking for.
Getting underneath to Grodehouse. Grodehouse thought about a 3. Now she's happy to content to dribble it out. 4:26 remaining. Bears lead 45-21. Shot is missed by Langendorfer, and a weird rebound. It was slow. Now Grotehouse will launch a three and bury it. 48-21 now.
That's just about dagger time, halfway through the fourth quarter. Out to 27, and a big three there by the senior, her first three of the night. She has not looked to be aggressive from out there tonight, but that's her first one.
Yep. Well, they've been trying to take the inside. You know what I mean? And the inside wasn't
Coach
there,
talked about establish the post, and I think the Bears have done a good job of trying to do that. I don't think we're going to be happy about the shot chart later of how we did inside.
Cross-quarter for Archbold as Bears are still in that zone. And there was a big three. And that was,
Carly Grimm with her second three, one in the first. Senior averages 8. She's got 6 now. Coach Grosjean talked about her. Well, Coach Grotehouse probably did too. Reese wouldn't turn that title down.
No,
Coach Grosjean talked about her in the pregame show about being one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and that was pretty smooth coming out of her hand. Good quick release.
All right, so it is going to be a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here and talk a little bit about what's coming up. This game is going to air tomorrow at 6:30 on WOSN. So if you're watching the stream or you're listening on the radio and want to watch this one, 6:30 tomorrow on WOSN on Spectrum 19 and Channel 26 on your antenna. Next game is going to be next Friday. Boys team going to host Delta. Our coverage begins around 6:45 on WQCT and BryanSports.com, and will air on WOSN. And you're gonna stand me up for that one.
I am gonna stand you up. Gotta get ready for softball season. State Coaches Clinic next Friday down in Columbus, but I'll be back for the St. Mary's game on Saturday afternoon. I don't want to miss that one.
Yep, you may have to help my back from carrying Tim Meister.
You're gonna be tired. You're definitely gonna be tired. You make sure you get some good rest and sleep in a little bit on Saturday morning. He's retired, living retiree life down in Florida. He's not going to come in with a ton of pep, I promise. That should be nice. Otherwise, I'm never going to get to go down and visit him while he's retired.
That's true. Archbold kind of moving the basketball around, looking for some shots with 3 minutes to go. Shot is missed by the Streaks. It'll go out of bounds and stay right here. They're going to say that went off Amara Smith. Grace Meyer tried to make that one. I like our vantage point here right at center court, kind of low, but I wish the sideboard was on this side.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the thing I've noticed too. I live off the sideboard during these games, and this one here calls for some tough leaning and angling to see what we got up there.
Yes, it does. 50-24, 3 minutes to go here. Bears lead.
Our crack stat team, Matthew Clark showed me a final from the league. PH has beaten Swanton tonight by 13. The PH girls have been playing really good.
They really have.
That's a solid team. They start a couple of freshmen who I know from watching them play. One of them up close and personal. They've got some athletes on that team, and they're going to be reckoned with this year and for the next few coming. And Liberty still got Liberty Center has a 13-point lead on Wauseon through 3 quarters. So some big games in the league tonight that'll kind of set the tone and the direction for how the rest of the season is going to go.
All of the boys' games, did you notice this stat? We saw that from our sister station on WSN. All 4 of the boys' games were 5 points or less to open up the league season.
I was talking about that with Alan Gladio, the AD here at Archbold tonight before the game, saying the same exact thing. I think our boys' basketball league is going to be really tight, and it could go either way. Every night it could be anybody.
Streaks steal that one away, and they will have it with 2:26 remaining. I think there's a lot of girls teams that can contend. You talked about Liberty Center, you talked about Patrick Henry, you talked about Bryan,
Wauseon.
I mean,
I think if Liberty Center has a really good junior class, matches up with our junior class. They've battled all the way through the younger grades. PH has got those good young kids that I talked about, and they are going to be ready to play all the time. Those kids love to compete all the time. So, and Archbold's going to have better nights. They're going to have nights where they are going to give good teams tough games. They've played and beaten Wauseon already this year. So, they're going to make a little bit of noise in the league too. And like Coach said, Evergreen's 8-4 and played down in Florida earlier this year.
Yep. Thiel will make a bucket under the hoop. and she will now come out. So right now you've got all basically JV kids. Ava Zimmerman's in, Avery Brown is in, Josie Arnold's in, Allie Allspaw's in, and who's the fourth one? I don't have her.
Mackenzie Blevins
Mackenzie
is on
Blevins.
the floor. Good for Mackenzie Blevins getting some time. She's worked really hard for the JV team. It's good to see.
So I think we've got a timeout on the floor. I didn't see if it was a full or a 30, but we're going to take a 30-second
Girls are
with
sitting.
them.
Yeah, girls are sitting. I think they're full.
It is 52-24. Bears lead. Back after this.
When you're looking for that unusual part like a battery for your key fob, or everyday car parts like windshield washing fluid, wipers, motor oil or filters, antifreeze or batteries, don't forget to stop by your local Napa store in Bryan. They have the parts in stock. If you're buying any of these parts from anyone other than Napa in Bryan, you're paying too much.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Minute 56 remaining here, fourth quarter. Bears in control of this one, 52-24. Lady Bears will look to go 11-1 on the season and 1-0 in the league if everything stands here. Archbold has also brought in a bunch of their underclassmen, and we've got a foul on Josie Arnold. That was, I don't have a 32 on the scorebook. So let's see if we get a name here.
Well, let's dig around here. It's got to be one of the JV girls. It looks like it might be number 10 from the JV game, forward. Possibly Charlie forward.
Up and good. She has come into the game. I remember seeing her name on the stat sheet.
Yeah, so
when you have Charlie forward as the name, you look at wonder if that's somebody they just put in a fake name because they didn't know who the points belong to, but she's actually exists.
Yeah, we're giving her the points.
Next one is up and good, so perfect from the line. Token pressure for Archbold as the Bears bring it up. Zimmerman has the basketball, working on Mallow. Mallow gives it to Blevins. Blevins underneath to Arnold. Arnold will go baseline, give to Zimmerman. Zimmerman thought about a shot, then comes inside, misses. Rebound comes down. They're going to say a foul there as Zimmerman was trying to pick the rebound up. So that'll be the 9th foul.
Now, I will say I watched 4 quarters of this game earlier. Coaches are both being nice, getting these younger girls on the floor. I thought our JVs did a pretty good job of battling tonight. Yep. The loss of Anna Gray at the varsity levels had its impact, obviously, on the JV too, so it's limiting some quarters by our girls on the JV level. So we still have, there's a couple of young ladies on our JV right now that this is their first year ever playing basketball, a couple of freshmen, and without them, I don't think we were able to start the season. So it's been a grind for the JV, but it's a winning record, and the kids continue to play hard, and the one thing we know is they're getting great coaching every day.
Am I right that there's no sophomores in the program?
No sophomores in the program, no. And the 2 new additions this year are both freshmen, as I said, and we've got another freshman, Gabby Mossberg, who's been injured and out a couple of games here lately, so that's been tough too for the Bears.
Underneath, Blevins will try to put the shot up, miss it, but be fouled, so she'll head to the line. Watch Mackenzie Blevins play at St. Pat's for a couple years as well, and so it's neat to see some of these girls coming up through the program and coming up through, here in Bryan and getting some time at the varsity level. That one's off front iron.
Love to see her get a varsity point right here. Mackenzie, I've coached these freshmen since they were back in, first and second grade at clinics all the way through 6th grade, and we had a chance to watch these kids for a long time. Mackenzie's as hard a worker as we had.
That'll be a miss there, and so it'll be Archbold ball with 1:12 to go. As the Streaks will bring it up. Got to really look at numbers here. Underneath, Grace Meyer has it. Meyer will give back to Perez.
I don't have individual stats from that JV game, but I know Meyer had a really nice night. She's got a good shot. She was a good scorer.
They're going to foul. I think that might be on Arnold, or they're going to give it on Blevins. I'm not sure which one.
I think they got that on Miley Vollmer.
Miley
24.
Vollmer. I
Yeah.
didn't see her check in there. She snuck in on me.
Well, the other thing I know from watching this play is if Miley's out there, she's probably going to get a foul if she's been out there for about 60 seconds. So she got it. She got one, got herself in the book.
Want to thank our broadcast crew bringing you the game tonight. Our director engineers, Tony Malanga, our cameras, Tristan Atkinson and Beckett Stark. Want to thank the athletic department at BHS, Chad Savage and Teresa Kuzmal. Want to thank the folks at Archbold, including Alan Gladio, WSN TV, Ben Reif, and our board op back at WQCT is Krista Bruner. We'll do that when we have the clock stopping for a bunch of foul shots. So we'll get all that out of the way.
Plenty of chances here. Need to come to a little gentleman's agreement here on both benches, and nobody's going to foul if they can help it. But you're also 10 JVs on the floor, and they can't help it most of the time.
They really can't help it.
It just happens.
So we're going to kind of hustle out of here after this one. Avery Brown picks up a foul. We're going to hustle out of here. They've asked us to kind of be quick on the teardown because they've got a big wrestling meet here tomorrow.
I think they're probably, Alan Gladio might be whispering to the officials the same thing right now. We got a late night of setup, boys. Let's get out of here.
That's right. Shot is made there by Perez. Again, this game will air tomorrow at 6:30 on WOSN. Watch on Spectrum Channel 19 or Channel 26 on your antenna. 31 seconds to go.
Well, I can guarantee you Coach Grosjean's not going to like to see the free throw disadvantage from this game,
Right.
but at this point, none of these matter.
Yep. It looks like the Bears are going to move to 1-0 on the season, or on the league season, 11-1, excuse me, 10-11-1. And they've got a league slate coming up. And we've got another foul by Lee Palmer. You've got our next 5, right? The Lady Bears are going to be at Delta versus St. Mary's. Versus Patrick Henry, Elida, and Liberty Center. Those 4 games going to be all tough. Delta's not going to be a picnic either, but at least those games are all at home.
No, our boy Matthew gave me a score there a little bit ago, and Delta got a big league win tonight, 32-25 over Evergreen, so they're starting out undefeated in the league.
Absolutely.
So I think you're right. I think every night's going to be a battle. Anybody can get anybody. There's not going to be any easy ones.
Next one's for Archbold at Stryker at Liberty Center versus Springfield versus Delta and at Evergreen. 7 seconds to play, and Bears should just be able to dribble this one out with no more whistles, and that is the case. And at the end of the game, the main stop scoreboard shows 52-34 in favor of the Bryan Golden Bears. Going to take a timeout, come back with our post-game show after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
If you want a quality education with transfer opportunities to 4-year schools, Northwest State is your community's college.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
When it comes to diamonds, size does matter, and you'll get a bigger diamond for less every day at Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon. Plus, you won't find a better selection anywhere in Northwest Ohio. Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon.
The Bryan Athletic Boosters Board of Directors invites you to become Bryan Built.
The Athletic Boosters support our athletic programs in many ways, and that support is made possible through both corporate and patron support.
We are Bryan Built.
If you haven't stopped by Bryan Ford Lincoln to test drive the all-electric F-150 Lightning
or the rugged and sporty Ford Bronco, we only have one question for you.
Why not?
This Ford Bronco is great for daily commutes or the Outback.
And this F-150 Lightning will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds without using a drop of gasoline. When you stop by and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln, you can test drive either of these great vehicles.
Stop by and see us. We'll help you order the exact vehicle that you want and need.
So stop by and see us today at Bryan Ford Lincoln.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold with you, and we're going to get a quick post-game shown away. Why don't we just give us our totals for the scoring for the different kids.
Okay, so we'll start with the host tonight, the Archbold Bluestreaks, going to start out 0-1 in the league. Scoring-wise, they were led by their senior, Leah McQuaid. She had 11 points, 7 of those coming in the first half. And then they got 6 points from Carly Grime, another senior, off of 2 threes. And then 4 points off the bench from a couple of JV girls. Both went 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Annalie Reyes and Charlie Forward both were 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. 3 points from McKenna Thiel, 2 points from Sophie Roop, 2 points from Elena Perez, 2 points for Grace Meyer to get them to their total of 34. Big number for the Archbold Bluestreaks was over 30 turnovers, and it got to be so many at the end, I'm not sure we can nail that one down completely. On the Bryan side of the ledger, ended up with their 52 points, led by junior Kaylee Thiel. Came in averaging 9, had 17 tonight, was really good. That was one of the things Coach talked about establishing the post, and I think they were able to do that. 12 points from the senior Reese Grodhouse, 11 points from Ella Voigt, and then 4 points each from Josie Arnold, Blaze Langendorfer, and Allie Allspaul. The Lady Bears turned it over a little more than what Coach is going to be happy about. And free throw shooting going to be something that he's going to continue to talk about as well with his girls, I'm sure.
All right, there you have it. Yeah, it's a good win to get it. 52-34 is your final score, and it's good to get that win. And I think we might be seeing Coach Grosjean come up here quickly. So we're going to try to have a quick little interview with him as he's coming up. We're going to take a real quick timeout, come back with more after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
If you want a quality education that leads to great career opportunities in manufacturing, Northwest State is your community's college.
When was the last time you had your precious jewelry cleaned? Diamond and Gold Outlet will professionally clean your jewelry, and it won't cost you a dime. Let Diamond and Gold Outlet in Napoleon clean your jewelry today.
The best of luck in this game.
Back out on the Golden Bear Sports Network, Chris Malanga, Brian Arnold, and we're joined by head coach Todd Grosjean of the Bryan Golden Bears. And Coach, good game there, good win.
Thank you. It's nice to get the first one out of the way. It took a while. Obviously, a lot of fouls called, and we didn't help ourselves. Doing a lot of reaching, but our kids.
There we go. Now we can hear you.
All right. I thought our kids got under control the second half offensively. I think we were just trying to go too quick first half. We wanted to speed them up, but when we did get a turnover, we did get a possession, we were just going too fast, and we were able to get the ball inside a little bit second half to Kaylee and Allie, and that was our focus going in. And when you're playing that fast, sometimes you miss opportunities to get it in there in the first half especially, and so.
You got a kind of raw voice. You did a lot of discussion.
Well, it's been going all week. It's been on the way of going out, so this didn't help. So
yeah, absolutely. Sounds like most post-game interviews with the coach at the end of the game. And the scores are big. You got to be loud sometimes. Kaylee Thiel, 17 points tonight. She was really good. The emphasis was to try to establish the post. I thought she was good on both ends.
Yeah, she did a nice job in the middle of the 1-3-1. She altered some shots. She was active. She got some rebounds. And if she does that and stays out of foul trouble, which has been kind of her bugaboo, but we had some other people get in foul trouble that can't, we just talked about that, can't happen. But she did a nice job tonight. We got some great minutes out of Blaze again off the bench, which we're going to have moving forward with Anna sitting on the sidelines. And I thought Josie Arnold did a great job, came in and got a couple big buckets. And for not being in that kind of pace on a consistent basis, we've tried to sneak her in here and there, but she's been just too valuable on the JV team, and we don't want to obviously take her away from there, but if we can help it, but she's going to have to play now.
Yeah, and I've got Archbold, I will say I lost track, but well over 30 turnovers. I think they might have had as many turnovers as points, if not more, and that 1-3-1 was really a big part of that.
Yeah, and with Ella Rao out there as long as she is, and then you got Reese, who's athletic, and Blaze gets off the floor pretty well, and Mara just has a nose for the ball. We got quite a few turnovers in that, and that's something we hopefully want to go to a little bit more. They can shoot it if you let them stand and shoot it. Carly Grimm hit a 3 when we lost track of her there. She's one of the better shooters in the league, and for the most part, I thought we held her in check. And McQuaid, she's just so good at getting to the rim and splitting defenders, and got ourselves out of position. But really pleased with how hard we played. Played through some foul trouble, but we're going to have to polish some things up, obviously, with the reaching and getting ourselves in position.
Yeah, Delta coming up next.
Yeah, we got to go to Delta. We just talked about that. Yeah, anytime you can win on the road in our league, it's pretty important. And, Delta is going to give us all we want. Obviously, we've talked about it with them that we got a bullseye on our back, and you better be prepared and ready to go.
And all three of those league teams that we've got coming up next all won tonight. I assume Liberty Center held on. They were up 13 at the end of 3 on Wasion. PH beat Swanton by 19, and Delta beat Evergreen 32-25 in a low-scoring game. So all three of them that we've got coming up are all like us, starting out 1-0 in the league.
Yeah. So you just got to take care of business, and we're going to have Little Bears tomorrow. That was their reward tonight. They weren't real fired up to hear that, but we'll get them out of bed tomorrow, shoot around a little bit, and have some fun with our younger kids.
All right, so Coach Grosjean, congratulations on the win, going 1-0 in the league.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, Coach Todd Grosjean, the Bryan Golden Bears. Our next game again next Friday as the boys host Delta. Coverage begins around 6:45 on WQCT and BryanSports.com. This broadcast is a collaboration between WQCT Radio, BryanSports.com, and the West Ohio Sports Network that broadcasts for proper use for our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including descriptions or accounts of the game, without the express written consent of the Golden Bears Sports Network is prohibited. Golden Bears Sports Network, pre-public services, Malanga Enterprises, LLC, all rights reserved. One final time for Brian Arnold. All of us at the Golden Bears Sports Network, I'm Chris Malanga. Your final score is 52-34. Have a great night, everybody. I was just going to play